What's up, YouTubers? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install the custom ROM CyanogenMOD 12 and 12.1, both Lollipop 5.0.2 and 5.1 respectively, onto your US LG F60 Tribute. And this procedure would work also for the Transpire, but it doesn't quite have CyanogenMOD, a port of CyanogenMOD for that one yet. But when it does, you'll be able to use the same method. Before we begin, a big thanks to Unjustified Dead XDA developer for working so hard to port the CyanogenMOD 12 to our phones here so that we can finally have Lollipop on our devices. This developer has just been outstanding at his work, so definitely a big thumbs up and thanks to him. Now, for this method to work, you're going to need obviously a rooted device and also the custom recovery and your bootloader unlocked. I'll include a link in the description on a video that I made on a video tutorial I made on how to do it. And also I'll include a link in the description on all the files that you're going to need to download. Now, to get started, you're going to need to install or download rather the CyanogenMOD version firmware that's for your device. So since I'm using the LG F60, I'm going to select the LG MS395, which is the model number for the Metro PCS F60. Okay, you're going to scroll down and you're going to click on the CyanogenMOD folder. And there are different versions of CyanogenMOD that you can download. The one for 5.0, the one that I found the most stable is this one. The one that's was published March 22nd. And the most stable version of 12.1 is the one that was published. Let's see, which one was the most stable one that I found? This one, I believe, April 2nd. You can try them all, see which ones work better with your device. But this is simply for demonstration purposes. Okay, once you have that downloaded to your computer or straight to your device, you're going to need to download one more additional file called GApps. GApps is basically short for Google Apps. This is the file that you're going to need to install things like Google Now, Google Play, and whatnot. So I've included links to direct downloads to both. This is GApps stock 5.0.1. This is going to be the one that you're going to download if you're flashing CyanogenMOD 12, which is Lollipop 5.0. whatever. This is the version of GApps you're going to need. This version of GApps is not going to work with 5.1 derived ROM. So any ROM that's using Android 5.0. whatever, this is the version of GApps that you're going to use. Now, this GApps modular full 5.1, this is the version of GApps that you're going to use when installing CyanogenMOD 12.1 or any ROM that is derived from Android 5.1. And you'll be able to tell. It says if this says 5.1, then you're going to use it with a 5.1 ROM. For the other one, 5.0, you're going to use it for a 5.0 ROM. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll click here on the download arrow, and then you can download the file directly to your computer, whichever place you want to download it, and then you want to transfer it directly to your phone's either internal memory or external memory. Okay, once you have all the important files transferred onto your phone, what you're going to go is you want to go to boot to your custom recovery. Now you can do that by turning off your phone and holding down the power and volume down key, and you hold that until the LG logo pops up. You release both buttons for a second and then press and hold them again, and then you're going to select yes for the factory reset menu twice, and then you'll boot up into custom recovery. Or you can use the Flashify app, and you're going to go into the menu, press this menu button here up top, and you're going to select the reboot into recovery option. And then that's an easy way to reboot into recovery. Okay, before we do any installation of any custom ROM, one thing that's a must is you want to back up your stock ROM system and whatnot. This is just in case if the ROM that you're installing proves to be buggy, doesn't work, you change your mind, you make any modifications, or it soft bricks your phone. Please, please, please make a backup of your stock ROM, or what's called a Nanodroid backup, because it's indispensable if you make any mistakes, or if anything happens that or a change that is unsatisfactory to your preference. This will allow you to restore any backup you make and whatnot. So you swipe over here to basically make the backup, like I've shown in a previous video that I'm going to include the links of in the description on how to make a backup and also how to install Twerp Recovery. Okay. So once you're in the recovery menu, you want to go to install. Oh, actually, first, before you do that, let's go back. Before you get started with installing any custom ROM, you want to wipe I believe, yes, this is basically do a factory reset, wipes data, cache, and whatnot to make sure everything's clean for the installation of the custom ROM. So you want to swipe over for the factory reset. Okay. It says factory reset complete. So you hit back and you hit this back button and you go to install. Okay. This will, and now what you're going to do is you're going to either go either in the internal memory or the external memory. Show you. Okay. You can go to either your phone's internal memory or external memory. Now, I have the file, the CyanogenMOD, and the gaps on my external SD card, and I have it in file named CM12. But whichever file you name it into, or if it's directly on the SD card itself. So I'm going to go into CM12 stuff. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to flash the actual ROM itself before you flash gaps. So you tap on it and you swipe to confirm flash. It'll probably take about a minute or two. Okay, that's finished. Once that's done, you want to tap on the Wipe Cache Dalvik, so that clears everything. Well, not everything, but helps in the installation. So you want to hit back. You don't want to hit Reboot System yet. You want to go back to the previous menu, and then you're going to flash the gaps package. This is since we're flashing CyanogenMOD 12, which is Android 5.0. we're going to be flashing the stock GApps 5.0.1, which is going to install the Google suite of apps. Okay, and you're going to swipe to confirm flash. This one takes a little bit longer, probably about maybe 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that. So I shall skip ahead. Okay, it says GApps installation successful. Just like when we installed the ROM, you're going to tap on Wipe, Cache, and Dalvik. Okay. Okay, you're going to hit back, and then you're going to tap on Reboot System. Okay. Now, instead of your normal boot logo, you're going to see this little guy here. Sprouts up his antenna. It's kind of hard to see here with this camera, but you're going to see he's got 2 eyes and a little mouth. This is basically the CyanogenMOD logo. Now, since this is running the ROM for the first time, it's probably going to take about 5 to 10 minutes for the installation to be fully complete. And then what's going to happen is you're going to see a prompt that says Android is upgrading about so and so number of apps. Okay, let's see if I can get that prompt on camera. Okay, there we go. Now you see that prompt there. It says Android is upgrading. And then you see updating app so-and-so number out of 110. And then that's going to take about a few minutes for it to fully update all the apps. And then it's going to come up with the setup wizard once all that's done. So I'm just going to skip to that. Okay, and once all the apps are updated, you'll get to this menu, the Welcome to CyanogenMOD, and you can select your language. We're going to go with English here. And then you can set up your Wi-Fi and whatnot. I'm just going to skip that just to get to the main system here. And there you have it. That is CyanogenMOD 12 Lollipop for or should I say the F60 and the Tribute. Got it. And there you have it. You've got the material design. Documents, slides, and whatnot. Okay. Let's see, let's go into settings. Show you that we're officially running Android Lollipop. Okay, let's go to About Phone. Android build version 5.0.2. And let's go with that Easter egg. That abominable Easter egg. Seriously, I mean, with this, you're lucky to get more than one. Okay, well, in any case. Okay, that is Android 5.0 Lollipop CyanogenMOD 12. Now, one thing to note with this is it's still an early build, so you're going to see some bugs. Like, for example, the camera app is not functioning correctly. So when you go to press on the camera app, you're going to see this error message. Unfortunately, camera has stopped working. And that's due to a mismatch between the software and the internal kernel that's used to activate the camera. So that's still being worked on. Data and network reception works pretty well for the most part, but you might find some problems with that, especially you might have to enter and you enter your password and Wi-Fi works, and then you might have a problem with it depending on it. So that's one example of a bug, and sometimes you might see the system, the interface might freeze or slow down a little bit. But for the most part, it feels fast and fluid, and you'll notice that apps open quickly. You might see some improved performance and actually better benchmark scores because of the updated GPU drivers and whatnot. Now, what you can do is, let's say if you want to go back to your previous system, going to shut off the phone, power off. Okay, shutting down the phone. Okay, and I'm going to boot back into the custom recovery. Now remember to do that. Once the phone is off, hold both the power and the volume down button. Keep holding it until the LG logo pops up. Once the LG logo pops up, release both buttons for a second, and then press and hold both buttons again, and keep holding them until you see this factory data reset menu. And you're going to scroll down to hit yes. And then select yes again. Don't be scared. It shows up and it's going to boot directly into your twerp recovery menu. Now, what you can do from here is you can create a backup of the CyanogenMOD 12 system you just created. That way you don't have to go through the process of reinstalling, of flashing the system, and also flashing the gaps. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, another cool thing too is you can actually name it anything you want. Now, normally it auto generates the name itself, but you can go and let's see here, and name the file really anything you want. I'll just let it auto name for me, and I'm going to create a backup. Okay, this is going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to skip ahead. Okay, it's made the backup of the ROM that we just flashed. So I'm going to go back, and to reinstall any backups that you've made in the past, of whether it's the stock system or custom ROMs that you've made, you want to hit restore, this button right here. And these are some of the options here. The one that we're going to use is the one here. Let's see here. Yep. I'm going to go back to, yeah, we'll use that one. Okay. You tap it. Oh, actually, one last thing, actually. You want to hit wipe. Whenever you are restoring a backup or installing any custom ROM, you always want to make sure to wipe the cache first before you get started. Okay, let's go to restore and swipe to restore. Now, one thing you'll notice though, because this is a CPU intensive task, flashing a system and whatnot, it gives you a temperature here of, the battery and also the temperature of the CPU. So don't be surprised if your phone gets warm. If, let's say, you're flashing ROMs more than once per go, it's normal. Okay, so it's going to take a couple of minutes. Now skip ahead. Okay, restore complete, and you can press this button to reboot the system. You got the LG logo there. And there you have it. And there we are, restored back to our, or the normal, the stock original Metro PCS ROM here for this particular F60. And there you have it. If you have any questions or comments or whatnot, leave a comment down below. Like I said before, I'll have all the links down in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.